Hi, I'm actually editing this video right now, and I realized it is very heavy on the spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled for this series, this might not be a good video to watch, but if you want to hang out around regardless and watch me go through the journey of experiencing this story for the first time, then I would love for you to hang around, but just a quick warning. Okay, enjoy. Hi, my name is Kennedy, as you may or may not know. I am doing a reading challenge for the start of the summer. So, a very popular series has been kind of relaunched into popularity, The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. I am a very casual fan of this series. I've never read the books, and I have watched the movies numerous times. So I thought it was about time that I started reading them. So I have already recorded a bit. I just want to discuss like the goals and kind of the time frame I want to get this done in. It is a challenge after all, so very on theme. The goal of this is to finish the entire 4-book series, so the original trilogy, The Ballad of Songbirds and Songbirds and Snakes, and then the newest one, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's the Haymitch story. In total, 5 books in as little time as possible. Basically, I want to try to get it done in a week. I'm on chapter 6 of the first book now. I want to get the majority of it read today and tonight and finish it tomorrow, and then tomorrow I want to start Catching Fire. And then I'll repeat that 2 to 3 day cycle with all of the books. Now, I'm probably gonna do 3 to 4 days on Ballad, just because it is a little longer than the original trilogy is. And I know the newest book is quite thick. So that's the plan. I grew up with the movies, didn't grow up with the books, unfortunately. I could kick myself for not reading them when I was younger, because I would have loved it when I was younger, so. But whatever, we're getting it done now, better late than never. It's gonna be a wild ride. I mean, I have a really hard time finishing things in that movies, TV shows, book series, I'm so bad at it. I think I've only finished one full book series, which was The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini, like the Eragon 4-book series. It's gonna be fun, and I'm really loving it. I'm loving the new dynamics that I'm experiencing and the new details of the world and the games and all of it. It's getting very good. I just want to keep this intro brief. I will see you guys probably in the next clip. Alright, so it is a little past midnight, which is why I'm trying to whisper, and I've just been up reading. I finished the book A Room with a View. I can't remember the author, and I just started The Hunger Games because I've actually never read it before. I'm a big fan, of course, of the movies, but I never read them, and so I thought with all of the new stuff happening that I would finally start it. I haven't gotten far. I'm on page 23. But like this part here, I don't know if that actually picked up, but it says, "Prim, let go, I say harshly, because this is upsetting me and I don't want to cry. When they televise the replay of the reapings tonight, everyone will make note of my tears and I'll be marked as a target, a weakling." It's like, from the second she volunteered, she was strategizing and shit, and it's just like, I like it. It's a good time. Okay, I have 2 more pages to go tonight, before I finish chapter 2. I'm not gonna start chapter 3 tonight because it's getting late. What time is it? It's 12:44. I think it's bedtime. It is day 2 of reading The Hunger Games, 2:26. I'm going to spend the next couple of hours reading. And then tonight, I'm going to edit so that I don't get behind on the video. So it'll be good. I am really excited for this. I'm shocked at how much is different already. There's just like little details and like explanations of events that have happened that I just wasn't in on. I guess I mean, I have always been a very casual fan of the series, but I always wanted to get further into it, which is what I am doing with this, basically. I'm going to just read for a little bit, probably until around dinner time, and then after dinner I will edit. You want to see the dog? Dog! Dog! Willow! Oh, okay. We're gonna read. I'm taking a little break from reading. It's like an hour later. It's 4:18 right now. I just want to like, oh, say hi to Becca. Hi. Hi. I'm impressed with how different, like these, like, okay, like the plot is the same. It's just like little detail. Okay. Listen, this is not gonna work, okay? But the little like details and stuff about like just how interactions go are really different. They're a lot more different than I was expecting them to be. And I really love Peeta and Katniss's, their dynamic. But I have a long way to go. So I've barely gotten into this book. Like I said, they're not, honestly, the longest, like the thickest book is Ballad, which is the newer, one of the newer ones, of course. So we shall see, but all of them are kind of about like this thickness. How many pages are in this book? I don't want to read. 374. How many pages are in Mockingjay? Oh, look at this cover. Wait, hold on. Get out of my face. Tell me that is not the most beautiful thing ever. I love these. Right, it is going on 9:10, and I figured I'm at a good kind of stopping point. I just want to take a moment to like discuss and talk about the book so far. So I'm really enjoying it. The little, okay, wait, I'll get into like plot things that I'm shocked aren't in the movies that are in the story so far. So I left off on chapter 10, which is the start of part 2, and that leaves off on Peeta's interview with Caesar and him like name dropping Katniss as his crush and how them being in the games together won't work for him, like that moment. I'm there. I just left off on chapter 10, so we're on page 133 right now of 370 something. One really big plot point I'm shocked wasn't in the movie, and something I never knew about. So like I'm getting like totally new content and stuff. I feel like it's a shame almost that I haven't read these. Like it's absurd. So the red-haired like ginger Avox girl who Katniss recognized from District 12. I think that's such an interesting relationship to have, like, in like just character dynamic, and it's totally missing in the movies. I can understand why they would cut it. It is an extra detail that isn't necessary in the movies, but I think it's so interesting. This book is really good, and it's just, it makes me have a deeper appreciation for the story, and if anything, just inspires me and reaffirms the fact that I need to read more like series like this. It's addicting. It's such an addicting story. I'm feeling my brain starting to like slip a little, like just drowsiness, tired, all of the goodies, you know how it is. I'm going to just kind of like get comfy. I'll watch YouTube for a little bit maybe. I'm gonna journal. If I read again tonight, you will see me again. But if this is it tonight, then tomorrow's gonna be a busy day, one, and I will just see you tomorrow. Hi, good morning. It's June 2nd, day 2 of the challenge, I think. Yeah. Day 3? Day 2. Anyways, so I just want to update on where I'm at with this. It's 8 a.m. I just got up. I haven't had coffee, so I'm just gonna do this brief intro because I'm so tired still. I left off on chapter 18, so I got through a large chunk. We have this little section here, and yeah, so I'm getting through this book really fast, and it's been great. I left off on chapter 18, like I said, which is where Rue shouts for Katniss's help after getting trapped. Yeah. So next chapter is going to be a toughie. I'm going to listen to a bit of an audiobook for it today because we're doing yard work, and I want to be able to do that and still get through this guy. If I don't do that, then I'm not finishing the book in time. So that's the plan for today. Brief intro. I'll catch y'all a little later. Okay, big update. Book 1 is officially done. It was so good. I was just, I'm obviously, like, I just finished it, like, a minute ago. Very, very recently. And I immediately just picked up my camera and started recording this. Because this book is so good. I'm loving it, and I'm so excited to start Catching Fire, because that's my favorite movie. I feel like that's a lot of people's favorite movies. But yeah, no, this is gonna be so good. But I want to just talk about this first book a little bit. I'm just like baffled with how much is different, and I mean, it's very cool and I love it, and I love all of the details. It's been such an awesome like ride so far. I am just like, oh, dude, Rue's death was tough, and Kato's death was brutal. I'm shocked that, like, because in the movie she kills Kato like immediately to save his suffering, and in the book she just like, they both let him stay down there with the little creatures. I forget if they're named or not, but the little dog, scary dog creatures, until he finally does die. And the drama of it all is so good. But yeah, no, that's been so good. And oh my god, yeah, Peeta has a fucking iron metal leg. That is like not something I knew at all, which is crazy because I feel like that's a really big thing. But yeah, it's really good. And I wasn't expecting it to end where it did. It's so good. But now we're on to Catching Fire. This is such a beautiful cover. I'm in love with it. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited to start this like immediately. Oh, look. Oh, she's so curious. Look at it. Oh, no. Oh, no, don't do that. But yeah, so, what's the plan? I want to try to get, I'll probably try to get through to part 2 tonight. So that's a little chunk there. We'll see if I'm being overly ambitious or not. I tend to be. But like, the book is split up into like 3 even parts, so it shouldn't be that hard. Maybe I'll try to get halfway tonight. So I'm making it harder for myself. Okay. Cool. I'm getting way too excited about it. This is a big moment. So officially done with book 1. Moving on to book 2. Maybe by tomorrow evening, I want to be halfway through this book. And then, what's today? Is today Monday? It is Monday. So Wednesday, I want to have this guy done. And then I'll start the 3rd book Wednesday, finish that by Friday. And ideally, I'll probably do 3 to 4 days for Ballad. So maybe by next Monday, have Ballad done. And then that'll leave the Haymitch story for maybe Thursday, Friday. That's not bad, right? Is that a really long time? I don't know. I just want to do a quick update on where I am with book 2. So I have left off on chapter 5 and it's going great so far. I am happy with how accurate the movie, like my memory, I guess, of the movie is to this book. I am loving it, and I was hoping that I would love it since, like I said before, my favorite movie is the second one. So it's been really good. And there's already moments where I'm like, oh my god, like that's different. And it's crazy that it's different because I feel like this is a very pivotal thing. But then there's also moments that are like ripped from the book that I remember being in the movies. So yeah, it's like everything that has been omitted, like just details and stuff, like I can understand why, like from the movies. So I'm very pleased. So yeah, and also the plan for the rest of the night. So I'll probably do one more check-in before going to bed just to kind of show where we're leaving off tonight and where we'll be picking up tomorrow. I am hoping to get the first third done tonight, and then the final 2/3 I will crush out tomorrow, ideally. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. Alright, hi. We are shooting in bed. I'm so tired. It's almost 1:30 a.m. and I am just now calling it quits on Catching Fire, so we're about halfway through right now. We are leaving off on chapter 14, so that's the chapter that we will start with tomorrow. Where I left off is the reaping just happened and they were like kind of whisked away, you know, like no goodbye or like send off. So they're headed to the capital now, and I'm honestly shocked because I thought that we would already be in the capital. So I'm really curious how they're gonna fit in so much action and like a full ass, not just a Hunger Games, but a Quarter Quell into this final half of the book, because they're like, these aren't big books, like these are quite small. And then also those two escapee characters from District 8, I think, like Twilly and some, or I don't know. I never knew about until just now, which I found very, very cool. But yeah, so leaving off on 14, and we will pick up back there tomorrow, but I'm going to bed because my eyes are like actively shutting and I'm losing willpower, so I'll catch you all tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 3 of the challenge. It's 9:17 right now, and let me grab the book. We got just, I think, a little shy of halfway through the book last night, and so we're gonna pick right up at chapter 14, was it? Yes, chapter 14. So yeah, we're getting into it now. We're headed to the capital. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get through this fast, I think. I will be shocked if I don't finish it today, because I'm certain this is all I'm gonna be doing. That's the plan. It's gonna be really good. And yeah, I mean, there's no time like the present to start, right? Okay, I just got to page 201, and tell me why this is the most gruesome, like, description of someone dying in the games. Okay. So right now in this scene, Peeta and Katniss are watching the only previous Quarter Quell that they have tapes for, which is Haymitch's game. So we are getting a little dip into his game, which is a pleasant surprise. I didn't know that that was a thing, so I'm very excited. But yeah, the way Maisie dies is insane. He arrives only in time to watch the last of a flock of candy pink birds equipped with long, thin beaks skewer her through the neck. Oh, that's such a bad way to die. Oh my god, it like revolts me. Oh my god, I hate it. That's it. That's just my update. I'm in it so deep. She's so locked in. Okay. I'm reading Finnick's introduction right now. I was so excited to get to this point, and it's literally identical in the movies, which makes me so happy. That's really cool, because I adore how he's introduced in the movie with the sugar cube, so I'm really glad that is from the book. This is so good. This is such a good book. I love it. I think I'm still on chapter 14 too, though. Oh, no, I'm on chapter 15. I don't even remember changing chapters. I've just been reading. Okay. Cool. I feel like I'm experiencing the most awful case of whiplash reading this chapter. Like, because it's like so gruesome, like explaining the deaths of Haymitch's games, and then the introduction of Finnick, which is like very kind of, it's like nervous energy kind of. It's a little anxious and anxiety inducing, right? And then Peeta walks in and they're like talking about how he would totally end up like one of the other victors if both of them hadn't won, because, quote, "You have a weakness for beautiful things and I don't." And then Peeta responds, "Having an eye for beauty isn't the same as a weakness," Peeta points out, "except possibly when it comes to you." Why is this book like everything? I just love Peeta and Katniss. What can I say? Oh my god. Okay. I love this book so much. I just finished chapter 15. The new Avox is Darius. Darius was a Capitol guard, I think, in District 12, and a pretty decent friend of Katniss's because she just, I'll just read the section. Effie blinks in the same direction, then says brightly, "Looks like they've got you a match set this year." I turn around and find the red-headed Avox girl who tended to me last year until the games began. I think how nice it is to have a friend here. I notice that the young man beside her, another Avox, also has red hair. That must be what Effie meant by a matched set. Ah! Okay. Then a chill runs through me because I know him too. Not from the Capitol, but from years of having easy conversation in the Hob, joking over Greasy Say's soup, and that last day watching him lie unconscious in the square while the life bled out of Gale. Our new Avox is Darius. Ah! It's like we were having interactions with Darius earlier in the book, and now he's a Capitol, like, kind of slave. And because the Avox is like, they're under the order of the Capitol. They have their tongues cut out so that they can't talk. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, deceased. Okay, I'm gonna go now and I will update later. I finished book 2. Oh my god, it was so good. And I'm so impressed with myself because I did it in a day, which is great. I'm very proud of myself for that feat alone, I'm gonna be honest, because I don't think I've ever done that before with a book that's longer than like 200 pages. And this is pushing 400. Oh wait, no, does it hit 400? No, it gets to 390. Basically 400. So final thoughts. Yeah, this book was so good. I am so glad that there's the 2 District 8 escapees that Katniss runs into in, I think, part 1. It's still in part 1 when this happens. And they kind of plant the seeds of the rebellion into her head. And I was so happy that was a thing, because one thing I was always confused about when I was younger and watched Catching Fire, especially the first time I watched it, I was so confused on like how things escalated so quickly, but also when she started thinking about resistance. I feel like it's not to be fair, I haven't watched it in a long time, but just trying to remember, I can't remember a moment where it's kind of like, this is what's gonna happen in Catching Fire, because we watch it more from like Katniss's experience and point of view, and the whole point is that Katniss is out of the loop on everything, and you get that experience in the movies, but you do not get that experience with the books. You're in on it, and that makes it so much more fun. I could not put the book down. We are moving on. Mockingjay. Ugh, it's so beautiful. I love this cover so much. I know I've raved about it already, but the colors and everything, I really feel like the camera doesn't even do it justice, honestly. It washes it out a little bit. And I also haven't really talked about the like writings on the back, but they're so cool. Yeah, I'm excited to read this, especially because, like I said numerous times already, I've only seen the movies, and the movies are split up into 2 parts. And this is a small book. This is the same size as Catching Fire. It's 390 pages. I'm really hoping that my experience with the movies is incredibly accurate to what is in this book if they split this small book into 2 different editions. Okay, let's get started. What is part 1 called? The Ashes. Ooh! I just left off on chapter 6, I believe. Yep. And this is when like Haymitch enters for the first time in this book, when they're trying to film her like propaganda scene, like just failing miserably. So that's where I'm at right now, but it's really good and enjoyable. But I'm just about to edit actually, but I just wanted to pop in really quickly before I start and just give an update of where I am. And we probably won't get too far into it tonight, but definitely we'll be hitting the double digits. I will leave off here for now, and I will probably have one more check-in tonight. It's currently 11 p.m. on the dot, and I am still editing. actually, unfortunately. We're leaving off on chapter 6 right now. If I stay up, then I'm gonna try to push through to part 2, because at that point, why not, right? So yeah, that's the plan right now. I will catch you either tomorrow morning or a little later tonight. Hi, so it's around 3 p.m. I think. I'm not entirely sure what time it is exactly, but it's been a day. I haven't read a ton. Today's definitely a lot slower of a day than yesterday was, to say the least. I did not read anymore last night, so we left off on chapter 6, so I've been working on that today. My hope is to get partway through part 2, but I might finish this book by Friday is my goal. That would be ideal. Yeah, that's really it. I don't have much else to talk about for today. I'm probably not gonna update later unless there's anything of significance that happens in the books. If you don't see me later today, then you will see me tomorrow. All right, I have something to admit. I took 2 days off, so I haven't recorded anything in 2 days. I have read a little bit. We are a lot of it, actually. We're on chapter 25. This is insane. Prim just got blown up, and Katniss is reeling from it right now, is what's happening. I haven't filmed in 2 days because Ty came up to visit, and I just didn't want to be preoccupied with this when he was here. So this is where we're at. We're definitely finishing this today and starting Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes today or tonight, which I'm so excited for because I really know nothing about the story. I never saw the movie and haven't obviously read that book. So it's going to be really fun. And it's thick. It's significantly thicker than this one is. So it might take a little bit longer, but I'm going to try to crush it out just like I did these other ones. So almost finished with Mockingjay, and I'm really enjoying it. Something that really caught me off guard was how Effie is just not a character in the books. It's the styling team, like Cinna's team, the people that would like bathe Katniss and all of them. We only saw them for like, oh my god, the wind just closed my door and that's horrified me. But yeah, we only saw the styling team like as super background characters. Actually learning their names and them just being actual characters is really cool in this, but I do miss Effie, and I wish that she was a bigger character in the books. Like, she's not even in Mockingjay. She's not in District 13. She's in the Capitol in the book, but in the movie she's like a prevalent character. She takes on the role of Katniss's stylist team, and it makes me wonder, like, was audience reception to Effie just really strong for the movies and they kept her? I'm curious, and I might look into it if there's anything to look into. That's the plan. That is what's happening. I'm gonna finish up this book today in a little bit. Hopefully, it's 3:30 on the dot right now, and I want to have this done by 5. That's the deadline I'm giving myself so that I can start this. I'm gonna give myself a 30-minute break, so at 5:30 we'll hopefully be starting Ballad. Okay, I am very excited to announce that I have finished Mockingjay. Oh my god, the way it ends. Oh, you love me, real or not real. Real. Oh my god, I can't. I love this so much. It was so good reading it. We are moving on to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Okay, and this is the final book in this like box set, and then I have the 5th book, which is the newest one, in storage, and I'm just gonna dig that out in the next couple of days. So yeah, we are starting this guy. This is almost 100 pages longer than these 3. So it's gonna take probably a little bit longer to do this, but I still want to crush it out. So I'm so excited to start this. Oh my gosh. But I do want to just like discuss, the original 3, the trilogy. So I was able to finish those in a week, which I'm very proud of myself for. Effie Trinket does come back just for a little bit, right after I said too that she hasn't been in the story, of course, like as soon as I bring it up. But yeah, that was really fun having Effie come back, and oh my god, Primrose dying and like just the pages of Katniss dealing with it was heartbreaking. It was so sad. Like, she really did just, except her mom, she lost everybody. And even then, kind of at the end, she loses her mom. Like, her mom has lost her daughter and her husband, her home, like, district. And like, Katniss has been, you know, off fighting wars and winning games. So that poor woman has been through the ringer, and I'm shocked she isn't worse off than she is, honestly. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just, I'm reeling. I'm really excited to start this next book. I know nothing about this story. Obviously, I know that it's younger Snow and then the singing dancing girl. I forgot her name. I keep saying I'm excited to read this, but I mean, that's all I can really say. It looks great too. The cover is just beautiful. I love the art on all of these covers so much. They're great. Hi. It is almost 5, Tuesday, June 10th. And this is the final week for this series. We're still on the ballad, which is okay. I technically did give myself until tomorrow to finish it, but we're right here. We have barely cracked in. I went and saw Bring Her Back, and just something about that movie just like triggered me and like put me into this slump, and like since seeing it days ago, I still haven't been able to kind of like get myself like out. So I just have not, I'm sorry if the birds are really loud, but I haven't really been able to get myself out of it, and it's been hard to read. I'm slowly getting back into it. I've been reading for almost 2 hours today, and it's going really well, and I'm getting really invested in the story again. And honestly, just filming this is making me more encouraged to read more, so that's really good. I'm trying to turn this challenge around and get it done by Friday. Friday is the last day. That will be kind of 2 weeks. I started last Monday. I guess it's like what, 10 days, like 12-ish days maybe. So yeah, I just wanted to hop in for a second, talk about what's up, and things are gonna happen. I'm gonna start cranking this book out. By the next update, we will be minimum a third into the book. Maybe, so I'm on what chapter am I on right now? I think like 7 or 8. Hold on, let's see. 6. Wow, okay. I'm on chapter 6. I want to be on chapter 15 next time I update. So that is the plan, and we will see if I hold to that. A little bit past 7 now. It's 7:12, and I just wanted to throw in a little update. I am not at chapter 15 yet. I just got to part 2, which starts off on chapter 11. So I mean, I've gotten a pretty decent chunk done so far, but we still have 4 chapters to go until we end it off for the night, which will bring us, let's see, should I say get to 15 or finish 15? I think finish 15. Yeah, completing 15 will get us halfway through the book about, which is pretty solid. Alright, I want to preface by saying if you hear panting in the background, that's Willow. She just came inside from a very heavy playtime in the backyard with, like, along the fence with my neighbor's dogs. So if you hear the panting, that's her. And second, so I am not finished with Ballad. It is Wednesday. It is just about to go on at 7:30 exactly, and I still have a little less than a half still to go on this. So I am not finishing it tonight. As they say, drastic times call for drastic measures, and I am going to start reading Sunrise on the Reaping, the 5th and final book of this challenge and of the series. This is the newest one, and I'm going to read both of them at the same time until I finish this, and then all of my time will be devoted to this. This is going to be the primary pickup, but if I'm wanting like something else in the moment, I'm going to read this. Right now, I am just a little bit into chapter 19, which is 285. It's like the second page, I guess, technically of chapter 19 out of 517. So we still have a ways to go. The newest book, this is 300 and something pages. Regardless, that is The Plan. Hi, it is just going on 7 p.m. on Thursday, meaning tomorrow is the last day, and it is getting down to the wire. I just finished Ballad, loved it. I enjoyed it very much. It definitely had a very different vibe, but I think it's because for the most part it took part in the capital instead of the districts, and that's kind of most of the story that I kind of know. Like, that's the only part of it I know. So it was honestly really cool, and it felt like its own story, which I was curious if it would feel like a standalone, and to me it did. I really enjoyed it, so I am so glad I finished this. And I actually just popped into Sunrise on the Reaping, which is the next book that I am hoping to finish tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day I allotted myself to like finish this challenge. It's 2 weeks. We'll see if we can do this. It's gonna be a close one for sure. I figured I'd just maybe 10 p.m. tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see how far I'm able to get into this, but of what I read, I really like it. A common thread among all 5 books. I cannot believe I've read 5 books in the past 2 weeks. That's absurd. So yeah, I just wanted to throw in a quick update. I'm gonna get to reading. I'm very much in a reading mood right now, and I'm really feeling it. I just cruised through the last 3 chapters of this, and I am ready to get on through to the rest of this one. So let's do this. So here's the situation. It is 9:18 p.m. Friday, and we are only on chapter 14. I'm gonna read a little bit more tonight, so I'm gonna have like my final thoughts tomorrow. But yeah, I'm pretty much like, there's 27 chapters in the epilogue, so I'm on chapter 14, which is halfway. Okay, hi. It has been a very busy day. It is just now getting to like it's just now getting to 10 p.m., a little past 10 now, and after a long and just very, very long and slow day, we have finished Sunrise, concluding the entire Hunger Games series. And I'm gonna film more tomorrow during the day, just a kind of like concluding thoughts on the series as a whole. But I just had some like final little excitement things about the book here at the end. Haymitch being the one to accidentally poison Lenore Dove is crazy. That's so messed up. And the Capitol killing Haymitch's family is so messed up. Like, the Capitol is off a deep end. I think this book really captured the brutality of the Capitol and like just how gruesome they are, because we've been told over and over again, and we've been shown to an extent, but I mean, Amper, the way this kid dies and then the way Maisie Lee dies is so brutal, and just the fallout afterwards with Haymitch's loved ones and family and all of that, crazy. Obviously in the epilogue, including like it's Haymitch and Katniss talking to each other, and Haymitch is opening up to Katniss about his background and his past, and I think that's really cool. There is definitely a world where they, like, as the outro of the movie, like having a fun little moment for the fans and bringing Woody Harrelson and Jennifer Lawrence like back as Haymitch and Katniss for that like epilogue scene, because I think it's really sweet. I might give it a 5 out of 5. on Goodreads. I liked it a lot, and I've given all of them 4 stars, and I think I gave Catching Fire 5 stars because I'm sorry, I'm weak for it. I can't not. And honestly, this is shot right up there. I really liked this book a lot, so I think I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. It just like, I don't know, I feel like it went a level more serious and like darker than the other ones were like scared to get into, and I'm interested to see if this carries over into the movie as well. Like maybe it's a little more horrific and like they really play into the horror of it, because this is a horror concept. Like this is a horrifying thing to live through, so that would be really cool. But yeah, ideas for another time. I'm getting myself excited talking about it. I will catch you tomorrow for my final thoughts. It's been really fun. Alright, hi. So this is going to be kind of just my final thoughts on the challenge. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with my kind of final thoughts on Sunrise. It might be my favorite book in the series. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, because I mean obviously the OG just trilogy, and especially the first book, is so special. I really just enjoyed the kind of leap into darker imagery and more kind of gore and brutality. I think the mutations, especially in this book, were like particularly horrific. Obviously the mutations from Katniss and Peeta's first game, the like dog monkey hybrid things, like those are horrifying. And the way Cato dies is definitely up there in the horrifics, but that I feel like doesn't even hold a light to some of the mutation deaths in Sunrise. They are so awful, and I will stand on this opinion that Sunrise would be a great horror movie if they leaned into the horror. And I'm sure they won't. I'm sure they'll kind of find a way to like maybe soften it a little bit in the movie so that a wider audience enjoys the movie. But I will be pleasantly surprised if they do play into the like horrific circumstance, which is the 50th Hunger Games. It is insane, and I find it so interesting that everybody has always wanted to see Haymitch's games. I think after it's mentioned in Catching Fire, like that probably sparked a lot of people's interest in that game, and so I know that this is a story that's been getting requested for a really long time. And even me as like a movie fan wanted Haymitch's perspective because he's such a cool character, and so it also just feels really satisfying to finally— oh hi, we have the Willow dog. I don't know if she can be seen. Come here. Come here. The Willow. Hang on. No. Oh shit. That was a bad idea. But anyways, we have the dog! We have the dog! Yeah, so I know this is so janky, but I don't have any other situations, so I have a box and a ton of books and my, like, speaking notes, like, right here. It's awful. It's so stupid, but I'm gonna get this figured back out real quick. This book is genuinely so necessary, especially after Ballad came out. I was shocked that Ballad was a story because I've never heard anyone talking about how they want Snow's story, and maybe that's just like the people that I've talked to about the series, and maybe there was a very large audience who was asking for Snow's kind of backstory. And don't get me wrong, I'm so happy we got it. I loved that book a lot. It really showed how demented and twisted he was even from a young age, and how like everything that he's capable of doing in the games and just like in real life and poisoning people and being just like this twisted guy was like, it was always there. This book, however, like I said earlier, was something that I heard people and myself saying we wanted. And so getting Ballad first, at first I was like, ooh, because, you know, I'm like, whatever. I wasn't really interested in it when the movie was coming out, and obviously I just read the book, so I just like wasn't into it. I felt like at first it was just like this money grab because I didn't know like the story. I mean, they made it good. If it's a money grab, it's a good one. I don't know. Sunrise bridges the original trilogy and Ballad so well because we have characters that are in Ballad that we see older in Sunrise, and then there are characters, for example, Katniss's mom, you know, she's a character in Sunrise briefly, a little bit in the background, but like we learn her name, and like she's there, she's mentioned, and she like knows Haymitch, and like they kind of run in the same circle, and so you just hear about them, and I think that is really cool. It makes you realize how honestly little time the Hunger Games has been going on. Like, not a lot, like it's one lifetime. Like, someone could have been born, you know, when the first Hunger Games happened, and they'd be 75, 76 by the time Katniss like overturned it. And I don't know, I guess it just feels like so cemented into their routine that it feels like it's something that happened for so long. At least that's the vibe I always got when I watched the movies when I was younger. So yeah, I think Sunrise was the perfect book to follow Ballad, and to bridge everything and make everything feel like more kind of connected and together. I would have loved this series when I was younger, and I'm glad I did it now. I'm so glad I did it now. And if I had to rank my top 3, I'd probably go Sunrise, Catching Fire, and then like the original Hunger Games book. Just, you know, top 3. It should be in the top 3. And I think all of those books in some way, shape, or form should be in the top 3. That's my opinion. And maybe because just Sunrise has the advantage of like recency is why I feel like I like it so much. I'm not sure, but that's the rating I'm giving it. I think I started this challenge June 1st or June 2nd, and I finished it on the June 14th. I finished this challenge on June 14th. I think the total number of days I read was 11 days. So, I mean, getting through 5 books, even though the original 3 are quite small, and then Ballad is a little bigger and Sunrise is a little bigger, I don't think that's a bad amount of time, and that's definitely the fastest I've ever read 5 books, so I'll take it. It's really kind of just inspired me to read more popular series, as I've never read Harry Potter. That's a great one. I feel like I would love that series. I love the movies. I love the movie series so much. I need to finish... No, you know what? I'm gonna start a tangent now. Moral of the story. I might do this with other book series, because there's a ton of popular ones that I've always wanted to read, and I just never set aside the time to. And this was really fun. I don't know, like, there's so many things that I could read. So that is gonna be it for this video. I feel like this might be kind of like the first actual video I'm making with the intention to post on YouTube. So I'm gonna call this Yay number 1, and we'll see where we go. Take care.